Hey, welcome back to my channel. We are going to be doing networking today. This is something that when I first got into IT, this was kind of like where I struggled a little bit. So this is going to be a good refresher. I am a lot more confident on this stuff now. Something that a lot of people say subnetting is very difficult. I feel like I was able to catch on to that pretty quickly. I think my issue was is that when I got into it, I didn't want to know because it looked confusing. There was a lot of numbers involved. I was never really good in math, so I just was like, I don't think networking is my thing. Well, then I very quickly realized that networking is crucial, and so you need to know it. You need to learn it. So this is really really big. I will say I'm going to skip on this video. If you want to watch this, you can totally just watch it on your own time. You can just go to the TryHackMe website into the What is Networking lab and click on it. So basically, what is networking? Okay, so I mean, you hear people say all the time when you're trying to find a job, network, meet people. Basically, the same as I think applies to computers, right? Computers have to talk to each other. That's how we get from, IP address to IP address, or from your home computer to Google. Everything's connected, whether it's physical or digital, which we will see once we get to the OSI model. Physical being layer one. So we are going to see how everything is connected, kind of the breakdown of everything. So this, I would imagine, kind of just talks about that. I'm seeing people with mail, so imagine this is what it is. But yeah, so what is the key term for devices that are connected together? They are going to be networks. Okay, so perfect. Everyone's connected via a network, whatever you want to pronounce it. So, what is the internet? So we learned a little about the network, or how we learned a little bit about networking, even though we just pretty much learned what networking is. Oh yeah, what it is. Yep, exactly. That's what we learned. And so, what is the internet then? So the internet is one giant network that consists of many, many small networks within itself. Using our example, right, so here you go. It's going to show you how everyone is interconnected, but it has all to do with, central points and how everyone is interconnected. So because Alex uses both languages, so you can communicate with both of them. Yeah, I mean, networking, here we go. Now we start getting a little bit more IT. So this is going to show you this might be one home, this might be another home, this might be another home, right? And everyone is connecting to the internet. Everyone, maybe this computer is trying to reach Google, and this person is trying to reach Google, and this person is trying to reach, what, that looks like a DS. But besides the point, that this person might be trying to reach Google, right? So the internet, everyone's trying to get access to the internet. But because these are on different networks, they're going to be private, right? So this is what this starts getting into. So I previously stated the internet is made up of small networks all joined together. These small networks are called private networks, right? So just think of this as a house, this is a house, this is a house. They all are on their own specific private network that someone can't just like get into their network, right? If you were to go and stand outside someone's house, they're not going to be able to connect to hopefully you're not able to connect to their, their Wi-Fi, their internet, and then you have access to all their information. So hopefully that's not the case. But yeah, there are private networks, there are public networks, obviously public being available to the public, private being available to only to those who have access to it. And then devices will use this set of labels to identify themselves on a network, right? So this is where I believe subnetting kind of comes into play. I mean, like I said, I'm not 100% on networking. I'm still learning the ropes a little bit, but when it comes to subnetting, I actually have notes that I can pull up. This is going to be later on, but this is actually what I pulled from the TCM practical ethic hacker class. I forget what it's called. PEH. That's all I know. This basically goes to show you the breakdown of, you know, kind of like the octets and the different subnet masks. And I mean, we haven't looked at any IPs, but I mean, here's your subnet. So 255, right? So it's going to depend on how many hosts you want on the network, which is going to determine how many of the sitter, all that stuff. Like it all plays a factor into it, which I'm sure we'll cover later on. So who invented the World Wide Web? This is right here, Tim Berners-Lee. Okay, Tim. All right, Tim. On to the next thing. So to communicate and maintain order, device must be identifying and identifiable on a network. So what use is it if you don't know whom you're communicating with? Okay, so we're going to view the site, right? So here we go. It's going to show this MAC address is communicating with this. And then just say we are requesting as well. All right, we're getting put in the trash bin. So now we can change our name through the deed poll. We can't, however, change our fingerprints. Every human has an individual set of fingerprints, which means that even if they change their name, there's still an identity behind it. All right, so okay, these are both two different MAC addresses. Two different people. We have Bob, you have Alice, and then this is going to be your breakdown of an IP of the subnet or the gateway, I believe it's called. So the IP address is a set of numbers that are divided into 4 octets. The value of each octet will summarize in there to be in the IP address of the device on the network. The number is calculated through a unique technique known as IP addressing and subnetting, but that's for another day. Yeah. So they follow IP address follows standard protocols, hence Internet Protocol IP. So, which is something that we'll work on another time. So a lot of this is going to be like stuff we're going to be doing later on. But to kind of start out, this kind of gives you an idea of, this is the IP address of these specific devices that are on a private versus public network. This is how they may appear on a computer or some other device that you are currently working on. And then, so as more and more devices, right? So IPv4 is kind of getting old. I think when they originally first created IPv4 addresses, they were never anticipating that we would have this many devices connected to the internet. However, that very quickly changed once everything started getting connected to the internet. So then they moved to IPv6, which is still fairly new. But through subnetting, we're able to kind of see how you can separate different IPs and kind of to kind of grow and make use of every single IP address that is IPv4 address that is available. And then obviously there's a MAC address for every computer, or every, not just computer, but every device that has an internet connection. So intensive lab simulates the hotel Wi-Fi where you have to pay for service. You'll note that the router is not allowing Bob's packets, blue, but he's going right into the trash bin. Yes, so we did see that. He's going right to the trash. But she's going through. Try changing Bob's MAC address to the same as Alice's and see what happens. Okay, so if we are going to use her address, boom, look at that. We end up making it through. Here's the flag. Oh, that's not the flag. This is the flag. What does the term IP stand for? So IP is going to be Internet Protocol, right? Everything has to follow a set of guidelines. Protocol. I forgot to even spell. So what is each section of an IP address called? So each section is going to be considered an octet. I think it said that there are 4 octets for everything. It said it. I remember mentioning that. How many sections and digits does an IPv4 address have? How many sections? So it's going to have 4 sections. Obviously you have 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 octets, 4 different octets like I was mentioning. What does the term MAC address stand for? So this is going to be your media access control. All right, so control. Okay, that's that. Now I'm kind of going through this because obviously this is a very broad. It's gonna go more in depth as we continue to go on. So I'm kind of just brazing over this a little bit. So pinging, right? So you can ping an address. When you ping an address, it's going to show you if you are talking with that device that you are trying to connect with, right? So if I'm over here and I put in, so we're gonna try and ping this, or your ping device has a private. All right. So, or is it trying to? Okay, we're gonna do the same, but we're gonna try and ping a device of 8.8.8.8, right? It's going to ping it. Okay, it's saying packets are getting sent, packets are coming back. It's going to show you that at the end of the time. It's going to say, I mean, this is going to be running on Windows, so Windows is going to give you about 4 packets. If you run this on Linux, it's going to, I believe Mac OS as well, it's going to continuously run packets until you manually stop it. But it's going to show you underneath that you have 4 packets that were transmitted. You know, you sent 4 packets out and you received 4 packets back. 0 of them are lost. And so that means you have a connection with that, whatever IP that you were trying to make contact with, right? So what protocol does ping use? So ping's protocol is going to be the ICMP, right? The Internet Control Message Protocol. So this is going to be packets to determine the performance of a connection between devices. For example, if the connection exists or is reliable. So ICMP, what is the syntax to ping 10.10.10.10.10.10? What is the syntax? You know what? I don't know if this is gonna, I don't think this matters, but I just want to see what happens. Okay. So it's going to show here again. We also are making connection. We sent 4, we received back 4. But let me see. What is syntax to ping? Use on operating systems such as Linux and Windows syntax to do a simple ping is. Oh, is it literally just this? Yes, it is. Okay. I was about to say that I was looking for, is there a specific term or something? I guess I didn't see the dots. But anyway, all right. So there's that. We pinged that. We were making connection. We're able to see that there's a connection. So then following that, we're going to then move into the LAN, the local area network, right? So here we go. So for the next video, we're going to be getting into the intro into the LAN and learning a little bit more about local area networks, and kind of learning and expanding our knowledge on networking. So I hope to catch you in that one. Thanks for watching, and catch you later. See ya.